KHVH. The following paid program does not necessarily reflect the views of this station, its staff, or Clear Channel Media and Entertainment.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, ADRIENNE Lally and Attilio Leonardi, will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596, or on the web at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Attilio, and I was on some stand-up boards with my wife and kids in front of the Halikoa. We were paddling back and forth. And this lady comes floating by. She starts asking us a bunch of tax and legal questions, and I said, those are great questions. I highly recommend you seek the appropriate licensed professional. So if you hear anything on the show, if it sounds like legal advice, Adrienne, who should they run that by?
They should run it by the attorneys with heart, Kane and Heron.
And if they hear anything that sounds like tax advice, who should they run that by?
They can give Robin Wenzel a call.
Robin Wenzel.
RobinWenzel.com. Check them out.
Yep.
All right. So I have some quotes that kind of tie into our next call-in guest here from Hawaii VA Loans.
Yes.
I think I'm going to share one before we bring him on.
All right.
So, CrossFit warm-ups are harder than most people's workouts.
That'd be true. I've experienced them.
Yes. All right. So, Gabe Amey from Hawaii VA Loans. Are you there?
How's it going, guys?
How'd you like that quote?
Love it. It's so true sometimes.
And there's more where that came from. So after
two more CrossFit-themed quotes.
Yeah, in fact, you guys are actually have sponsored a team on Monday's Hawaii VA Games, an event we're throwing down. We're putting on together for charity, right? It's at the Deal Blaisdell Arena. Mm-hmm. Starts at 9 a.m., doors open at 8. But we've got 60 teams competing in this competition. It's a functional fitness competition. You know, people call it CrossFit. And we're raising money for charity. And the last team, the 60th team, was sponsored by none other than Team Lally Real Estate.
Yeah, we know somebody dropped out, and Tony from Malakai gave us a call and said, hey, you guys want to sponsor a team? And we said yes right away because it's for a good event. The money goes to good things. And what are those good things?
Yeah, so actually we're raising money for the Hawaii VA Foundation. That's our foundation that we started, spin-off of Hawaii VA Loans. Mm-hmm. We've raised over $32,000. I think we're going to be close to $35,000 come Monday. Wow. And we've picked two charities, local charities here to support the local community, which we're going to be giving the proceeds of the funds on Monday. And we haven't officially announced the names of them yet, but if we're going to be dropping that on social media sometime today and tomorrow, so you get to know more about who these charities are. I give you a hint, though. One of them benefits kids on the leeward coast, so leeward side of Oahu. So check our Facebook at HawaiiVALoans.com, or excuse me, on the Hawaii VA Loans Facebook feed, and we'll have a full write-up of who's going to be the beneficiaries of all these monies.
Oh, awesome.
And I'll make sure to share that on our Team Lally Facebook page as well.
So, hey, everybody, if you're in that veteran state of mind and you want to know about veterans benefits like HawaiiVALoans.com, we got Gabe on the line. And are you going to give us a
tip of the week?
VA tip of the week.
VA tip of the week. So a lot of people think that income to be used on a VA loan can only be the income of a veteran and the veteran's spouse. Mm-hmm. And this is not necessarily true. We could technically use income of a non-veteran or someone that's not a spouse of a veteran to qualify for a VA loan, but we have to meet two requirements if we do this. So let's say veteran is not married but fiance is working.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to use a fiance's income to qualify for a higher loan amount, as long as the fiance is living in the property, which I hope so, or it'd be kind of weird, and they're willing to put a 12.5% down payment, we can actually use the income of the fiance. And same goes with maybe dad is a veteran and son or daughter wants to live in the property too, and we want to use their income. We could potentially use their child's income to qualify as long as the child's going to be living with dad or mom, and they can put at least a 12.5% down payment. So if we're using income of a veteran and a veteran spouse, no down payment requirement. If we're using any income that's not from a veteran, not from a spouse of a veteran, you have a 12.5% down payment requirement.
Wow,
not too bad.
I didn't know about that. Is that something new, or has that always been?
It's one of those things. It's not necessarily new. We learned about it like about 2 years ago. It's not really a lot, very much talked about. But bottom line is, when we're using the VA will guarantee 25% of the loan amount in case the borrower defaults. Now, if we're using income from a non-spouse or non-veteran, then the VA is only going to guarantee 12.5%.
Okay.
The other part of the guarantee is going to have to come in the form of a down payment. So that's why the 12.5% down payment rule comes into effect.
Gotcha. So the making the borrower make up
the
difference.
Yeah.
Yep. Which makes sense. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with putting more money down. That means you have less principal balance. Your amortized mortgage payments are going to be lower.
That's right.
You got some skin in the game.
Exactly.
All right. Well, if any of our listeners want to get a hold of Gabe and find out more about the VA loans or the VA games, you can go check them out at HawaiiVALoans.com. And what's the best number for you, Gabe?
You can call us at 808-792-4251. And like I said, Monday at the Blaisdell, if you're not doing anything, doors open at 8. Tickets are $15 for this event, but children under the age of 10 get in free, so it'll be a fun, family-friendly event, and we're supporting 2 great causes, which we'll announce this weekend.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to tug on our listeners' heartstrings. You know what? Even if you got kids, you got a night, you guys got decent income and a house where they can stay in. Pay for the kids anyway, because if you pay for your kids, which are blessed to be in your home, you're going to be helping out some kids on the Leeward Coast that don't have all the benefits of your own child. So pay for the kids too.
Yeah.
But that's HawaiiVAGames.com. So that's Monday at the Blaisdell Center, not the convention center, but the Blaisdell
Arena.
Blaisdell Arena. That's where Journey was playing back in 1984 when I saw them. Same arena. You're in the same arena with Stephen Perry. That's awesome.
Yep.
What and what time?
So doors open at 8. Show starts at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. And you're going to go till you get the winners.
We're going to go all the way to 6 p.m. Be all day.
Now, my understanding is you guys are bringing some top national competitors from the mainland.
Oh yeah, we got about 6 competitors that competed in the 2014 CrossFit Games, and they're competing with some of the top Hawaii talent. So we've got an individual elite competition as well as the team competition. So it should be fun to watch.
All right, awesome, Gabe.
All right, thanks, Gabe. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'm sure that it's going to be an awesome time on Monday.
Yeah.
With the Hawaii
Thanks, guys.
Games.
All right, thank you, Gabe. So check them out if you're in that veteran state of mind and you want experts that do VA loans. I think Gabe said 70 to 80% of the loans that they do are VA loans. Check out their website. Very user-friendly. It's got videos. If you don't want to go through some 3.5-hour seminar about VA loans, check out their websites. Go to one of their seminars. That's HawaiiVALoans.com. Give them a call, 792-4251. If you want to know more about this CrossFit competition, go to HawaiiVAGames.com.
All right, so I have 2 more quotes that are tying in.
That are apropos?
For the CrossFit.
Yeah, what are they?
All right. I wish menus would list burped equivalents instead of calories.
Not burped, it's burpee.
No.
It's burped? Okay, we'll call it burp. Is that the verb of doing a burpee?
Let me finish. That's right. So I will start over.
Go ahead.
I wish menus would list burped equivalents instead of calories. Like if you have that pumpkin spice latte, you might as well get down and do 367 burpees.
Now, for you people who aren't familiar with CrossFit terminology, that doesn't mean 367 burps.
It's like,
I don't know. Maybe that pumpkin latte gives you that kind of gas. Maybe you could do 367 burps. That's not what we're talking about.
There's a lot of sugar in those drinks. More than you'd realize. All right, so here's my next quote.
Yep.
I threw up a little in my mouth today at CrossFit.
At CrossFit.
I guess because the workouts can be
pretty intense.
So intense it makes you.
That was just during the warm up while I was walking for a bathroom break.
Yes. All right. So I guess Duke Kimhan from Keller Williams, Honolulu Property Management is supposed to be calling in with his property management tip of the day.
You know, we've been talking with him through the week. We might be able to provide a property management tip of the day.
Sure.
So check out his website. I mean, we are definitely not the experts in property management. Here's one thing you need to know. If you have property that you don't live in, you're either managing it yourself or you're having another property manager take care of it. Check out our website or their website, Duke's website. What is it?
KWHIPM.com.
That stands for Keller Williams Hawaii Property Management. Check it out. Got some friendly tips in there. But Hawaii favors the tenant.
Yes.
So you got to be very careful. So one of the things that we know is that to be a property manager, I forgot what the rules are. I think if you manage so many properties, you can like manage your own, or you can manage if one person owns like 10 properties and you only work for the one person,
you can help them.
You can help them without being licensed. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm not the DCCNA.
You should call Duke.
Call Duke at what number?
You can call him at 445-9223.
Well, so to be licensed or to have a license means you can do property management. But that's like saying I have a law degree and I'm Johnny Cochran. Does not mean anything. You can be licensed as a realtor. And what most people are, I'm going to tell you right now, what most property managers are doing, they're doing it in addition to sales.
Yes.
That's not a good thing.
And Duke doesn't do that. All he does is focus
on property management.
That's right. That's his specialty.
Yeah. So 100% focused attention on things like checking out the background of your tenant, of your potential tenant. Even knowing what he does know, I know some situations has come around where, attorneys have had to get involved, even at that level of expertise. It's just you're going to run across that. And just imagine being a homeowner. Some of the pitfalls that you can run into, because it's basically down to this, folks. You don't know what you don't know. Use a professional property manager,
or at least interview him.
Because you know what, he's got a guaranteed rent program that's just
right.
As Shrek says, redonkulous. What is this guaranteed rent program?
So, if he doesn't rent your home in 30 days, Duke will pay the rent.
Duke will pay the rent if he doesn't rent your home. In 30 days, he's going to pay your rent.
That's right.
He's going to move in. He's going to have a kegger and trash the place.
No.
And then move out. No.
He's going to pay the rent.
Pay the rent.
Because he's that confident that he's going to be able to find you a good tenant.
Yeah. Part of his process, I've seen him do this. I've heard him talk about it, and I've seen him do it. He'll go to your property, absolutely no charge, and give you an evaluation, a rental evaluation. So he's going to do two things. Take a look at the property and recommend what you need to do to that property to get it prepared to get a good quality tenant in there. And then he's going to do a rental analysis to make sure you're getting the maximum amount of rent.
And then he has his guarantee.
And he got the guarantee.
So there's no risk in at least interviewing Duke. So give him a call today. That's 445-9223, 445-9223, or you can check him out at KWHIPM.com.
All right, so the worst thing you can do is just ignore all that information if you got properties and not check it out.
All right, so we are going to take a short break, but when we come back, we have some very important information to share with you about
home inspections.
Home inspections, yes.
Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly.
It's your friend Sean Hannity, and I can tell you firsthand from moving across this great country that bad advice from your real estate agent can cost you time and a whole lot of money. You, however, have a great team of great Americans right there in your backyard that puts their money where their mouths are and takes the stress out of selling a home. I'm talking about ADRIENNE Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty. They have a system for attracting buyers that's so effective they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or will have it bought for cash. Now, how can they do this? Simple. The average realtor sells less than 10 homes a year and attracts a handful of buyers a month. Now, Adrienne and Attilio spend thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers and help sell your home for 18% more money than the traditional agent. Now, they are so confident that you'll be happy, they also offer you a one-day listing agreement. Now, if they don't live up to their guarantees, they let you out of the contract. No questions asked. Adrienne and Attilio's outsell 99% of the agents in Hawaii by targeting both local and out-of-state buyers. Call the agents that I personally recommend. That's Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com.
Are you a veteran interested in purchasing a home? If so, you qualify for the great benefits allowed by the VA Home Loans Program. Benefits like no down payment required, reduced closing costs, and flexible qualifying guidelines.
Hawaii VA Loans is Hawaii's VA loan specialist who can educate you on all these benefits and help you get on track with being pre-approved for a VA loan.
For more information on how you can tap into this great resource, go to hawaiivaloans.com to download their free 24-page ebook. As a special bonus, after downloading the informative guide, you'll be instructed on how you can earn $1,000 closing cost credit on your next home purchase.
So what are you waiting for? Get your free VA loan ebook and earn $1,000 closing credit by going to hawaiivaloans.com or give them a call at 792-4251. That's 792-4251. We recommend Fidelity National Title Insurance Company for your next real estate transaction.
Through its nationwide network of direct operations and agents, Fidelity National Title provides title insurance, underwriting, escrow, and closing services to consumers.
Check them out at fidelitynationaltitle.com or fntic.com.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
If you're looking for an outstanding insurance agent that will personally help you during the moment of truth, we recommend Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
So, Attilio, what do you mean by the moment of truth?
Well, the best insurance is the insurance you never have to use, but we know that's not how life works. So when life happens, you can count on Bradley and his team to exceed your expectations for your insurance needs.
Keep in mind that when buying a home, the cost of home insurance should be taken into consideration. I trust Bradley with my own personal home, so you should give him a call. Call Bradley with Allstate Insurance at 591-8016. Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And we're talking about home inspections today. So we have Kim Green from the TK Green LLC, Hawaii Home Inspections. Are you
All
there?
right. Kim, are
Hi.
you there?
Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. Always great.
Great. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah. So we always have our, with our guests coming on the show, one of the things we want to, we used to do the introductions, but we say, hey, who knows the person better than themselves?
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and your company.
And your business, yes.
Right. Well, thank you very much for having me on. Tony and I, my wife and I, we work as an inspection team together. The theory in that respect is that we believe more than one set of eyes helps see things from a different perspective. Myself, I've been in residential construction for 30-plus years, and I think I'll touch on a few things. I think what sets us apart is knowing construction and knowing how people remodel and build. It's really nice to be an inspector
knowing that how things are built, why they're built for certain reasons and for different environments. So having that residential construction experience and being a certified inspector really helps have it. Plus, we've worked for ourselves for 17 years as a contractor, and so I know how to work with people and explain things to them, because what's common for one person isn't common for another. And so bringing it to a level, you speak to an engineer differently than you do a layman that has never built anything. So it really helps being diversified in how to speak and help people understand one thing or another, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think I was thinking about what you guys do for a living, and I was trying to come up with analogies for our listeners to comprehend. I mean, it's kind of like you're a combination of a modern-day archaeologist, because you're taking a look at a home and and you're like a detective. So I was thinking, like, maybe you guys do that Columbo thing, like right when you're done with the home inspection, you go, by the way, that drywall that you see over there, is it from China?
Correct. Well, hopefully it's not. So, again, the whole theory of the home inspection, you basically are in a home on an average 2 to 5 hours, and you're doing a visual inspection. Obviously, you can't go into someone else's home and tear it apart. You don't have X-ray vision, but you do know patterns, and you do know things that you can see, and you try to look on the city and county records prior to see what years maybe additions or little things have been done. So by the time you go to the home, you are looking in certain areas. Again, my whole job in life is all based around residential construction. So from the curb to the front door, I actually have 50 things going through my mind. Like, oh, okay, that's especially a 2-story or 1-story. You can actually see where vent pipes are. You know where bathrooms are located even before you saw the inside of the house. And so you get to look through. And again, you're not trying to make anything good or bad. You're just trying to provide the information to the homeowner. Some homeowners in this day and age don't even know how the whole home works. So it's really nice to have that third party between you and the homeowner, which would be us, explaining and answering questions. Why did they possibly do this? There's some new homes here. There's some very old homes here. And so every day of our lives is a different home in a different way. But certainly there's certain patterns that humans do when they fix up homes or don't fix up homes, things that happen.
So Kim, with the home inspection, would you say it's more like you're giving an introduction to the home to the consumer and helping them understand how their home works better and what things to look out for,
what it's constructed
in the future?
Of?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of describing it. Is you are introducing them and trying to you're not trying to actually just go around and discover, but you definitely want to find as many things that could help that new homeowner, because everyone has a different perspective, on what they're going to do with their new home. And so you can explain to them, like, okay, this cabinet has done this, and this is this style. Or in 1950, they used this material, and now they're using a new modern material. Or this is a great product that will last you forever and ever. And so you try to help people out, understand why they're buying, why this is a great home.
By the way, if you're just tuning in, this is the Team Lally Real Estate Show. We've got Kim Green from Hawaii Home Inspections. The number, in case is the best number. You tell us what your best number is.
You can reach me at 590-7644, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right.
And then they have a great website, too, which you can go check them out, tkgreenllc.com.
All right. So we're talking about home inspections. Adrienne mentioned it's a great introduction to the homeowner where it's not like you said. It's not like you're coming into the home to find reasons why the sale shouldn't go through, but it's more of a due diligence. Because I think a lot of people think, the seller's trying to hide something, and unless you're buying a brand new home that's probably gone through multiple ownership, and there could be things that were done in the home that the current owner has no idea of.
That's right. Often when there's remodels that have gone on in the past, we do see. A good example was I was in a home the other day that they had done an addition of a home, and they literally enveloped the old home, and the roof of the old home was still in the attic of the new addition area. But you didn't, from the outside, unless you lived next door, you wouldn't have known that there was this original roof inside the house. And,
oh, wow.
And so
it's
it
like
was kind of interesting.
Cookie.
Well, for me, it was easy because then I had a roof to walk on, to look at the attic. But it was very interesting. And, of course, explaining that to the new homeowner, they actually thought it was a great opportunity to be able to do installation up there and work in it, where in another scenario, it may have been a bad. If that roof wasn't in good shape, it could have been a dangerous situation. But it wasn't, and so you really kind of know what to look for, and you get to crawl around. And in my training, like both Tony and I are certified. We've taken courses and gone to classes, and in my course, one of the guys that had been an inspector for 25 years, he was like, when you crawl and you get to the end of that attic, you definitely drop your card at the furthest location you can get to.
Yeah.
So let people know you did inspect it. Mm-hmm. And again, the codes and structures have changed. It's not a code inspection because imagine if a home was built in 1950 or 1970 and it's 2014. You obviously can't expect every homeowner to upgrade every change every year. The code changes, but you try to bring out the safety issues if you can.
You tapped on something important about dropping your card in the furthest location, say in the crawl space of the attic or underneath the home. Right. So that reminded me of a saying, and that is, and I'll take you down this road. Stay with me. Is never trust a skinny chef. So you got that saying, and you're like, what the heck does that have to do with home inspections? Well, wait for it. Never trust a fluffy home inspector because they're not going to be able to get in those tight spaces.
That's a fact, And
I've seen Kim and Tony. They're pretty slim. They can they're fit. They can get into those tight spaces because you want to know about that. You're spending $500,000, $900,000. You want the slim home inspector.
All right. Well, hey, we do need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have some more questions for you, Kim. So
yes.
Great.
Don't
Thank
go
you.
too far. Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Tired of waiting 2 or 3 months to finalize your home loan or refinance? Jody Tonga and her team at Pacific Rim Mortgage have a turn time of 30 days or less by processing your loans locally.
Take advantage of today's low interest rates by calling our good friend Jody Tonga of Pacific Rim Mortgage. Her personal cell is 488-5510. That's 488-5510.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
Hey, Adrienne, I was thinking about buying an investment property and renting it out myself. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Really?
No.
What? Why not?
Did you know that Hawaii law favors the tenant?
Really?
Yes, and if you end up in court and the tenant wins, you may be liable for triple damages.
Oh, no, I feel like Mr. Bill.
What I recommend you do is give Team Lally Property Management a call.
Why is that?
we have a guaranteed rent program.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
If we don't lease your home in 60 days, we'll pay the rent.
No way. If you don't lease my home in 60 days, you'll pay my rent?
Yes, if we don't lease your home in 60 days, we will pay the rent.
So, for more details, should I go to rentguaranteed.com?
Yes, that's rentguaranteed.com.
Or you can also call 445-9223. That's 445-9223. That's 445-9223. I hate those commercials that keep repeating the number. What's that number?
445-9223.
Oh, yeah, 445-9223.
In every real estate transaction, there is a virtual silent partner, the escrow company. They're there to make certain that the transaction keeps on track and that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
We like working with Hawaii Escrow and Title. They close our transactions on time with professionalism and aloha. We're happy to recommend Hawaii Escrow and Title for any escrow and title services, providing Hawaii's community with exceptional escrow and title services since 1972.
Check them out on the web at hetinc.com. That's hetinc.com. Hi, I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
Buying or selling a home can be stressful.
We know that having a plan of action eliminates the stress.
And that's what we do. Get rid of the stress.
Here's one of our clients.
I think really the key to their success is the way they're able to communicate with their customers. I didn't have that the last time I used a realtor.
Hey, listen, are you confused, maybe even frightened when thinking about real estate? Well, here's a unique proposition. It's from Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally, Keller Williams. You know, Adrienne and Attilio, they offer a no-obligation guarantee. If they have not done their job, you're free to get out of your contract. You're not going to want to, though, because they'll sit down with you, establish a price and deadline to sell your home, and if the deadline passes and the home isn't sold, they're going to buy your home. Just listen to this. This is Ocean Point in Eva Beach. Adrienne listed the home, and 4 days later, before it was even shown physically to anyone, she had a full-price offer. Now, how has this happened? Because the team provided a video tour through the home, not just some slideshow, but an actual video tour. And the video tour told the buyers all they needed to know. Sellers love these guys. So working with Adrienne and Attilio doesn't obligate you to anything. If they're not doing their job, they're going to let you out of your contract, and they'll do it free and clear. So why not call the only agent willing to earn your business every single day? Team Lally, 855-KHVH-830. That's 855-KHVH-830 or online at guaranteedsale.com. That's guaranteedsale.com, and start your packing now.
Party people!
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And we're talking about home inspections. Today we have Kim Green of TK Green LLC, Hawaii Home Inspections.
Do you guys just go by Hawaii Home Inspections?
Generally, thank you guys. A lot of people know us as just Kim and Tony Green.
Okay.
But it is it's mostly TK Green, or because you get the Tony and Kim part, and it's just defining Hawaii Home Inspections.
Good. We just want people to know in case they Google it.
And then they can go to your website, right? At the TK Green.
I'm sorry.
You can go to the website. TK
Yeah,
Green.
I would go in under TK Green.
Gotcha. All right. So back to home inspections. Adrienne's got a question for you.
All right. So with this industry not being regulated in Hawaii, what kind of credentials should consumers look for?
Thank you. Generally speaking, you want to make sure that first that the inspector has some experience in knowing what to look for. And then you want to make sure they have general liability insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a number of organizations that are really good. So it's not really if someone's a member of one or another that makes anyone any better. It's just that they are a member, that there is a standards and a code of conduct and a practice that people are following, some good ethics. Again, there is no regulations here in Hawaii, so you want to find someone that's a stand-up person that has experience, that has insurance, and knows what they're looking for. And again, it's not. Everybody has a different approach in life, but again, if you look at yourself as a service to help the new buyer, or sometimes we get hired from sellers that we've been in the home for 35 years, Uncle did this and Uncle did that. Can you help us find the things that we need to fix before it goes on the market? And so it's a whole another level of service that really helps people out. But again, this is a service just like you're trying to help people weave their way through the process in the most efficient time that they have to secure their new home.
Yeah, especially if it's an old home, people need to realize, you have to be concerned if 80% of the home was built on the weekends, because that's typically the under the table, unlicensed
like
Right.
side jobs.
job. 80% of my home was built by a side job.
Yeah. Or, when someone says, Uncle did my wiring,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, let's look. So, again, for the most part, you're trying to be successful and guide people. And again, if you find unsafe things, it's not really the silly. I mean, I don't want to minimize it, but if you see a little hairline crack in a tile, that's not supposed to be. I mean, you can point it out, but you're not trying to find every little grout line, but you are trying to find the major issues that may be important, in the purchase.
So Kim, could you tell us about the most unusual home that you've inspected?
Well, I mentioned this one just the other day. I had never been in a home that went around a home.
Yeah.
That one was when I went up in the crawl space, and at first it was just crawl space. It looked like attic space, and I'm walking, and on rafters, and I have the little headlamp on, and then I came to this area, and it's like, that's a roof. And so that was pretty interesting. And then I have found crawl spaces underneath homes where the kids had dug forts and compromised the
foundation,
the footing and stuff. Yeah, and so those are pretty interesting because to try to explain to someone how to get fill in there compactable so you could secure it. And then I've seen some crazy things where the roofers unloaded, like someone hired them sometime in the life to re-roof the house, and it appeared they didn't haul off any of it. They literally dumped it in the attic.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, how's that? Then, because you don't know that. You're on the roof at first, and you're like, oh, it's a new roof, within 5 years old. And then you go inside, and you crawl in the attic space, and it's like all of these old shingles. So then that makes you start worrying, what did they cover up?
Yeah.
What old wiring's not there? And then just recently, it was very interesting. There was one out in Waianae area, little tiny hole. I didn't think I could even squeeze through it. And again, back to that original story, if you can get there, get there.
Yeah.
And so I tried a few different contortionist sacks, and I got through this hole, and there was a hole. I mean, I knew it was an addition part of the home, and so I'm obviously with phones nowadays. I called Tony, who's downstairs, and I'm like, can you flick switches in this area, see what this is? And what I discovered is one tiny little area that was hard to get to had some old knob and tube wiring, and even though the whole house had been rewired, that because it was a oversized electrician didn't want to crawl.
Yeah.
So he didn't rewire this one knob and tube branch line.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a big deal. Someone would have to open up the drywall, or if they were oversized, or crawl like I did, and just rewire it and connect it to the grounding process. It was a simple fix, but again, it's just something the homeowner would have wanted to know if one area wasn't grounded correctly.
So no fluffy electricians then either.
You know, if your electrician has a if your electrician has
a spaces.
No, I'm gonna say if your electrician has a plumber's butt, you want to like check those small crawl spaces. If Uncle's doing the wiring, make sure there's not a bunch of empty Bud Light bottles up in the attic when he was connecting to the circuit breaker. And then, I was going to ask you, the people that built the house around the house, did they by any chance collect Russian nesting dolls?
No.
No.
No, not at all. But,
no collection in the house. Okay.
It's pretty interesting, though, how, someone convinced them that they didn't have to take apart the old house, and it was a family situation that I found out. They were allowed to live in the house while they built the addition.
Oh, wow.
And so, I don't know. I'm sure you have story after story you could tell, interesting things. And so I could see someone saying that, working for a builder and building myself for years, it's always nice to do remodels when people aren't around. Things go faster and smoother. But sometimes people have to live in those homes, I guess. Yeah. And so it's fair enough.
Well, hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim, we are getting ready to take another break here, but just want to thank you so much for joining us today and giving us all those stories and tips on why it's so important to have a home inspection.
Hey, folks, listen in. There's a lot of liability with buying a home. We would not be having Kim and his wife, Tony, on here and be backing them up and saying, hey, if you're going to get a home inspection, go to this.
Yes, you got to go to this website, tkgreenllc.com, or give them a call at 590-7644.
That's 590-7644. Ask for Tony or Kim, 590-7644.
All right, have a great weekend. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you.
All righty.
I went to them to sell our townhome there in Nevada Beach. Didn't have any idea of what it was worth, what their asking price would be. Adrienne and Attilio came over, walked through the house, talked to us, and set the price. It was considerably higher than what I'd even imagined. They were very professional. They gave us ideas of how to make the house look better for the open houses and the video, and it sold fairly quick. I was surprised.
Oh, I got excellent results each time I worked with Team Lally. I worked with it twice and actually was a buyer the first time and a seller the second time, and both times I had stellar service. All of my questions were answered, and I never had a day where I could not contact them. They're always available. The best service I've ever encountered in the real estate world. I was in a situation where I was moving back to the mainland, and it was about 30 days before I needed to leave, and I called Adrienne and said, can you sell my place? She said yes, and she got it done before I left.
I got more than I expected. They set the price very correctly. They set it higher than I expected, and we got offers over the asking. It was surprising to me. They knew the market that well. They had excellent marketing. For example, they had a typical open house on a Sunday afternoon. You'll have probably 5 groups of people come through, but their marketing was so excellent. For example, taking a video of the place instead of just still pictures. That we had over 20 groups of people. We had only one open house. It was one Sunday. We had over 20 groups of people, and we had about 5 offers. And the lowest offer was asking price. All of them were over. In fact, we had an offer over asking price even before the first showing. When they came and viewed the property, they gave us the suggestions to what we need to do to make the house more marketable. And so just by following their advice, it worked. We had one showing, and it was all that was necessary. We had a number of offers. And we had to drop one offer to go to the second one. So having those multiple offers was a benefit.
They actually listen to you and care about your needs. They actually knew what we wanted and what we needed, and if we said this is what's going on with us, like they knew with our military status what was going on, and they were like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. So they didn't give us heartache about the situation. They completely understand the military and what's going on with our lives. They looked out for our best interest. When we first went there, I mean, they weren't like, oh, we're going to make a buck and try and get you to market your house and sell it. they actually referred us to somebody to help rent our house out. And we talked to that lady extensively first before we even made our decision to market our house for sale. So, I mean, they're not there to just put your house on the market so they can make the money. They're actually there to help you make the right decisions for you.
Honestly, these days everyone's always trying to shove a house down your throat or, try to get you into something that you don't really want, especially car dealers and mostly realtors as well, because they're out trying to make money. But with Team Lally, it was a different experience because she and Attilio understood what me and my husband were looking to do and which house we were interested in, and they didn't try to pressure us to look at anything else. They were just understanding, and they said, okay, if this is the house that you want, then we'll wait it out and see what happens. So we got the house that we wanted. So they're very professional, very knowledgeable, very respectful, and just a delight to work with. Once I met them, they're really great people, so I liked them right away.
After I spoke with them, I was very comfortable. I would say that Team Lally is more professional. Also, they are more thorough. They provide more than just, their services are excellent. They'll provide you with other services. They keep you updated, let you know what's going on. I was never lost as far as knowing what went on, but every step of the way they kept in touch and let me know what's going on.
Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or We'll Buy It. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at...
What's that number? 799-9596. That's...
799-9596.
Speaking of real estate, we got Duke on the line. Duke, are you there?
Hi, good afternoon.
All right, Duke. So tell us who you are, what you do, and what's your tip of the day?
Yes.
I'm a broker for Keller Williams, and I am in charge of all the property management for Keller Williams Honolulu office.
Mm-hmm.
Property management tip of the week would be start with the end in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I just got off the phone with a couple from California who wanted to buy a house, and they didn't know what they wanted to do with it. They said they wanted to nightly stay it, they wanted to do a weekly stay, monthly stay, and a long-term rental all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there are different aspects to renting out and different requirements that city puts on us for transient accommodation tax and your GE taxes and things like that. So I try to explain to the buyers that they need to start with the end in mind. What do they want out of it? What kind of use are they going to use it for? And what are their expectations for rental?
Yeah.
And at this point, they couldn't answer one or all of those questions. So I asked them to try and narrow it down because they were running their realtor ragged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They say, can this house be a rental? Can it not be a rental? Will it appreciate in value? This is a good investment. And the realtor was just actually gave them over to me and say, we need to narrow the choices down.
Yeah.
So start with the end in mind, and I think you'll probably get what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Now, real quick on that short-term rental, I know there's some areas that don't allow less than 30 days, so that's another thing that you want to be informed.
Right.
Either through the zoning or the house rules, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing here's somebody, the listeners, pay attention. Just because something was a vacation rental doesn't mean it's legal and that you can go buy it and continue to do it.
Exactly.
Because I've seen a lot of that.
So be aware.
Yes.
Buyer
so
beware.
That's the tip of the week.
Yep.
And if you need any property management questions answered, you can call me at 445-9223. That's 445-9223, or on rentguarantee.com. And if we don't rent your house in 30 days or less, we'll pay the rent for you.
We'll pay the rent.
Awesome.
Hey, you know what? We've been getting a lot of people coming to us through your Yelp.
Yep.
So check Duke out on Yelp.
That's right.
Can't
Thank
Duke
you.
that. It's the real truth. Go check it out.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, Duke.
Thank you so much. You guys
thanks for
have a good
calling
week, too.
You too.
Thank you, Duke.
Bye-bye.
All right. So we have either Abby or Kaylin on the line to talk about our open house. Who is there?
I'm here, Abby.
Oh, hi,
Hi,
Abby.
Abby.
Hi. So I have an open house tomorrow from 2 to 5.
Mhm.
It's a A moving ready 2-bedroom, 2-bath at Cliffside Village, NYPO.
Yes.
Address is 94-100 Movie Place, and this is at Unit C103. Just had a price decrease. It used to be $295. Now it's down to $289. So please come down and see me tomorrow from 2 to 5.
Hey, I just want to let people know we had a ton of visitors at the first open.
23 visitors came
So
through.
if you got something to do this weekend and you want this kind of unit, change your plans and go see it, because I don't think it's going to be there for the next weekend.
Yeah, and this is a ground floor unit, so it has a nice little private yard that
Yep.
looks out to the coastline views. I think you can actually see Diamond Head on a clear day.
Yeah, it's up above the freeway without the freeway noise, and it's on the perimeter of the complex. So these aren't,
Real nice. It's a real nice unit.
rarely
Very nice,
available.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just got painted today, so
awesome.
it's moving for the next buyer.
All right, got that new car smell.
Yes, the new house smell.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Abby. All right, so now we have Kaylin Kim Walker. Are you
Hi
there?
there.
Hi.
Hello.
So tell us, where will you be tomorrow?
I'm actually at a great Mililani location right off of Cam Highway in Lani Kuhana. If
Mhm.
everybody knows that neighborhood, you can own your own single-family, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, 2,880 interior square feet for just $749. Come
Yeah.
see me tomorrow. I'm going to be at 94-101 Alhaku Place. If you guys all know and want to buy into Mililani, it's a great location right in the beginning off Cam Highway. 749. I'll be there from 2 to 5. 4-bedroom,
5.
2.5 bath home.
Awesome.
And this home it's beautiful. They have the whole downstairs has been recently remodeled.
Yep.
Brand new kitchen. All the appliances are smart appliances.
Yeah, I walked in and they was wising off at me. The appliances.
they all,
Oh,
like,
not
have,
that
like,
kind of smart.
They have like the
Okay.
Wi-Fi on it, so you can
Yeah.
control them from your phone.
You can wash your dishes from the car.
It's super cool. And then they have this beautiful floor. Like at first I thought it was wood, but it's actually
Ceramic.
a ceramic tile.
It's ceramic wood.
No, it's ceramic tile.
No, it
but
looks like wood, but it's ceramic.
So really, it's a very nicely remodeled home. It recently been, I don't know what, they spent over $100,000 just on that.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
right at the tip of a cul-de-sac, so no speeders.
That's right.
That's right.
Kids can
That's
go play.
It's a huge home,
Yeah.
correct. Huge
All right.
home on a huge lot, so great price point, and I'll be there from 2 to 5 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
Kaylin.
Thanks, Kaylin.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
All
All
right.
right.
So we have like a minute left. We're going to talk about the Hawaii VA games one more time.
Yeah,
in case
Hawaii
someone just
VA
tuned in.
Games. If you're down there, say hello to my wife, Regina. She's going to be one of the judges down there. She's a super dedicated, highly motivated CrossFit person. And, they're always looking for volunteers, so we'll start promoting it for next year. If you want to help out with a great program supporting Hawaii VA Games, go down there and check it out.
So you can go check out the website too, hawaiivagames.com, or on Facebook. They have all sorts of information and photos and who they're going to be announcing the charities that they're going to be donating. I think so far they have $36,000 that they've collected, and more to come.
Yeah, and he's come a long way. When they first did the first one, it was in a back alley off of Hotel Street. I think they raised 2 nickels. Now they're at the Neil Blaisdell Center. Over $30,000 raised, all the profits. This is not one of those deals where they take 90% and it's for this and that and Gabe's Ferrari. All the profits. I think it's the other way around. Probably 90% of the profit or the income from this event is going towards. Don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing, but I know Gabe and Jim, they're straight up kind of guys, and this is what they do. They're giving back to the community.
Yep, so go check them out this Monday. All right, well, thanks for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Denise Kaehu with Hawaii Escrow and Title.
Gabe Amey and Jim Owens of Hawaii VA Loans.
Mike Metz with Kama'aina Termite and Pest Control.
Bradley Mariama with Allstate Insurance.
Marcelo Teixeira with Spots Cleaning and Maintenance.
Aline Strickland with Fidelity National Title.
Jody Tonga and Derek Tonga with Pacific Rim Mortgage.
And David Kane of Kane and Heron, the attorneys with heart.
And our latest sponsor is going to be Tony and Kim Green with TKLLC
Home Inspection.
Hawaii Home Inspections. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to teamlally.com. Check out our business page under our link section.
We also want to give a big thank you to Jessica, our producer here in the studio.
Chee-hoo!
And make sure to tune in next week. We're going to have an awesome guest talking about something that will change your life forever.
This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
Sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price and or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks and hello.